In this video, we're going to take a look at bowing the lead wrist to close the club face. So I've gotten like 3 questions here in the last month of basically saying, does bowing your lead wrist close the club face? Because I've heard a number of instructors saying that no, it doesn't. And I'll give you the 2 different perspectives, because you pretty much have to, I don't think there's a middle ground. You have to choose one way or the other. You can understand the other, but you got to choose one of them. Either you're going to look at the club in just its overall relationship with the club, like if you're, or the target line I should say. So if you're looking at something like TrackMan and you say, okay, that club face is either open or closed just based on where the club is. The other option is you're going to look at the individual components and how the body is affecting the open, closed, and the path at any point in time. If you're going to do the latter, if you're going to look at individual components, then flexing that lead wrist is going to close the club face and move the path to the right. What ends up happening is, or what I've seen is, a couple different instructors were demonstrating that on TrackMan, you can, here I am here, club face is square, and then I bow that wrist and club face is square. The problem is they did other movements. So if I was here and I just bowed the wrist, now I'm still in, everything else has stayed the same. The club is not on the golf ball. I'm not at impact position. I would have to use something that would move the path to the left, either rotation or what they're demonstrating, which is shoulder adduction. So if I pull that arm away from me, that's going to tend to open the club face. So if I close the club face with the wrist and I open the club face from the shoulder, yeah, the club face is going to look like it's still square, just with less loft. But that doesn't mean that this by itself didn't close the club face. So hopefully this helps you understand, but yes, in my opinion, if you're breaking down these individual movements, flexing that lead wrist or bowing that lead wrist is going to move the path of the club to the right, and it's going to close the club face. If you then are able to get a similar club face alignment, it means that you're doing other complementary things to reopen that club face. And understanding how those 2 work together will ultimately allow you to fine-tune and self-manage your own swing on the course.